I allow myself to want more. I allow myself to desire more, not from lack, not from greed, but from the aliveness I feel inside. I give myself permission to want more without shrinking my desires to make others comfortable. I no longer reduce my dreams because someone once told me it was too much. I allow myself to want more peace, more joy, more freedom, more depth, more ease, more life. I allow myself to want more, not because something is missing, but because there is space within me to receive more. I feel that expansion is natural for me. I release old beliefs that taught me I should settle for less. I release the idea that wanting more is dangerous, selfish, or wrong. My desires do not make me ungrateful. My desires do not make me a bad person. My desires are the language of my inner world. I allow myself to want more without explaining myself. I do not need to justify my dreams. I do not need to know exactly how they will unfold. I trust that if a desire appears within me, there is already capacity inside me to hold it. I trust life. I trust myself. I allow myself to want more than I used to, more than I was allowed to, more than I once allowed myself. I give myself permission to expand beyond familiar limits. I allow growth without guilt. I allow expansion without pressure. I allow myself to want more love, more warmth, more honesty and depth in my relationships, more respect for who I am. I allow myself to want more in my work, my creativity, and my expression, not from pressure, but from inspiration, not from fear, but from curiosity about life. I allow myself to want more financial freedom, not from survival, but from choice, from stability, from ease. I release the belief that bigger desires always lead to pain. I release the fear that wanting more means losing what I already have. I understand that wanting more does not cancel gratitude. I can appreciate what is and still open myself to more. I allow myself to want more without rushing. I do not need immediate results. I simply allow the desire to exist. I feel space opening within me. I feel more air, more permission, more possibility. I no longer shrink myself to fit in. I no longer compress my dreams to stay safe. I allow myself to want more, even if I was once afraid. Even if I once believed it was impossible. Even if I once felt disappointed. My past does not limit my future. My previous experiences do not define my new desires. I allow myself to dream without control, without censorship, without inner restriction. I allow my desires to rise naturally from within, calmly, gently, without force. I treat my desires with respect. I do not dismiss them. I do not postpone them indefinitely. I allow myself to want more because I am alive, because I feel, because I am here. I trust that life supports my desires in its own timing. I do not need to know every step. I remain open. I allow myself to want more and stay relaxed, without tension, without struggle, without expectation. I feel permission settling into my body, permission to live wider, to feel deeper, to choose more. I allow myself to want more in a way that honors me, my body, my inner world, my life. I allow myself to want more and trust time, trust the process, trust life. I do not rush my desires. I do not pressure myself. I allow things to unfold naturally. I allow myself to want more and feel safe. Life does not punish me for expanding. The world does not reject me for wanting more. I am, I live, I feel, and I allow myself to want more. I let this state settle deeply within me, softly, naturally, fully. I allow myself to expand. I allow myself more. In this state, anything is possible.